I just watched a video of a girl saying she had a dad, but she didn't learn anything from him, and he provided no value in her life, and da-da-da. Just talking out of the social media side of her brain. So the guy was like, if you were in danger, did you feel like you could call your dad? She was like, oh yeah, like somebody try me, I could call my dad. Essentially, he was trying to explain, like, you had a personal bodyguard your whole life. There are people who didn't have that. Yo, there's a 16-year-old out there right now, a 16-year-old boy right now who is the man of his house. His mom is 40. And if some shit go down, she got to say, I'm going to call my 16-year-old son. There are some people who don't have dads in their lives at all. I just can't believe that there are people who've had dads their whole life. Like, he's been there like the whole time and they be like, he ain't teach me shit. Social media is taking this shit too far. Because, like, the more you listen to this, the more you listen to the hate men are worthless, the more you listen to it, the more it gets into you and you start to believe it. Have you ever told a lie for so long that you start to believe it? Have you ever seen someone tell a lie for so long that they actually start to believe it? Has someone ever lied on you so long that they actually think that you're a bad person? We've all experienced one or all of those. That is what's happening. And I don't know how y'all don't see it.
I mean, and this can easily go for a lot of you guys, man, who try to portray themselves as being gangsters, right? Now, like back when I was in school, of course, I kind of wanted to be. I was always around a crowd, man, that had some of your little Pookies and Ray Rays. So, to be honest with you, a lot of times you have some kids that like to gravitate towards that because, hey, well, I feel like I'm closer to these guys because, hey, they're my friend, they look like me, yada yada yada, but generally speaking, when we deal with these certain guys, once again, man, they are always off into something else, right? They're generally not somebody you could have, your parents will say, yeah, man, most definitely, yeah, hang out with those kids. Yeah, I can see you having a bright future with those kids over there. But these kids take on a image or try to have a personality that does not match them, that is not theirs, right? So then you have this guy who pretty much is stating the same thing, where you have these women, you have these girls jumping on the internet talking about the very men that they laid down with, talking about the same men that they expect protection from, right? The very men that they expect protection from. Because when they're in a bind, right? Once again, the prime example is Rhoda Osmond.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life.
I'm always use that as an example. She is your main one who sat here and said, man, listen, you guys don't protect black women, this, that, and the third. So many black women ran behind her, said, oh, man, yeah, so that's facts. These men don't know how to do this. These black men don't know how to do that. But then you end up go surfing her web. You come to find out that that's all she does is she just trash black men. She just trash black men. But supposedly you got hit in the head, and who are the first people you're calling on? Black men, right? Black men, but yet they're so bad, yet you don't want nothing to do with them. But they're the first ones that you're going to call on for help. And this is what you're getting from a lot of your women. A lot of your women are trashing men, downing men, dogging them. But yet at the end of the day, they're the same ones that they call on. These are the same women that say they don't need men. But when their car breaks down, when the house needs fixing, who is the first person to come to their house? A man. Who is the first person that they call? A man. When a woman sits up here, a man ain't this, a man can't do this, now a man, yada, yada, I don't need a man cannot protect me. But then when there's another man in the alleyway, who is the first person she calling? A man. But we have sisters who like to jump on the internet, women in general who like to jump on the internet to trash the very men that they lay down with, to trash the very men that they once again expect protection from. How can you do that? And it's just a trend for a lot of these women nowadays, because a lot of these women like to jump on the internet just so they can get clicks and views. And it's a big trend to really hate on men. It's really a big trend to hate on men. That's why you see a lot of your women creating these TikToks, and all that they're doing is like they hit these male slanders, right? They just want to slander men. You have a lot of your women on here being passive aggressive, right? You have a lot of women who come on here thinking they're trying to be, they're trying to be neutral in the situation, but when you just hear them talk, it's like, man, sis, we can just tell, bro. We can just tell for a fact. It sounds like you're trying not to be biased, but we could just hear it we could just hear it. We could just hear, man, that you are biased towards women, that you love women so much that you want to see men down, that you only care about seeing men down, and they just end up revealing themselves. So of course you have a sister who is like, man, look, the stuff that a lot of our sisters are seeing on TikTok today is destroying them.
Ooh.
If you've been following my content for a while, you already know what I'm about to say. Why? Why is it always the sisters that I see? I don't care about no other race when it comes to what I'm speaking about. This is not about any other race. This is about my Black women, because I love Black women. I care about us. And I hate that we do anything to be seen, for attention, for $1. Why is this woman pouring food in her hand? Eat like, almost like you're some type of animal. Like, and it's like, I don't know her, don't know anything about this woman. I just hate that this is how we get attention. We think, okay, let me think, what can I do that makes me look like a complete fool, but it's gonna get people all drawn in? And that right there will. Now, don't get me started on the makeup videos. She pours a whole bottle of makeup in her hand, a whole bottle, and wipes it on her face. Why? Again, you look crazy. You don't care how you look, because you're going to get views and you're going to get attention and you're going to get seen. And that's the problem. We are in a place that we want to be seen so badly that we would do anything that is going to attract that attention and the money, right? We lose all dignity, all class, not ladylike. Like, it's just not ladylike. And this is, again, about Black women, because I care about how we as Black women look. Not that any other race doesn't matter, but what do I care about? I care about Black women, my Black community. And this, sis, no,
This is why we are saying, man, a lot of our sisters don't need to be on TikTok, man. A lot of our sisters don't need to be on TikTok. A lot of our sisters need to stop trying to imitate and mimic some of these celebrities that does not even care about you. Once again, you have a lot of our sisters in our community who encourages Cardi B's, who encourages your Glorillas, who encourages Nicki Minaj's, Lotto's, Coi Lerais. All of these women are sexually liberated to the max, and this is the type of behavior that a lot of your women want to push out to your other sisters, and they get this stuff from the internet. When you look at TikTok, a lot of your sisters get their information from TikTok. A lot of your sisters get your information from TikTok, because TikTok is just a breeding ground full of sisters, man, who are better, who do not like men, right? Who are a part of that community, who are allied to that community or whatnot. These type of women make it very hard for men to really settle down with them, really say, hey, well, you know what? I think I can take this person seriously. This is why a lot of your men want to go overseas, because a lot of your women are just trying to follow trends today. Half the time, and once again, you have a lot of women who are feminists and they don't even know why they're feminists. They're just doing it because other women are doing it. And hey, well, once again, it's a trend. And that's why I said with the sisterhood, it's a monkey see, monkey do type of community. Generally speaking, guys are not trying to follow a trend. Guys are never, ever trying to follow a trend, because it only leads you into a path of despair. Because who in the world is going to want to Who in the world is going to want to be around a dude who just follows trends all day when you're supposed to be a trendsetter? It shows that you have no skills of being able to lead if you have to sit here and you have to follow somebody else's trend. Like I said, you really only see guys doing that when they are in high school, and it's generally behind the friend group that they're in, or a friend group that they want to be a part of. So they try to fit in. But once again, generally speaking, when they try to fit in, guess what happens? They end up getting exposed. They end up getting used, and that's how you create enemies. That's how you create friends that you don't even want to have anything to do with. So that's where you have your sisters who are just creating all of these friends on TikTok just to lead them into a path of depression, to the point where, hey, guess what? Hey, oh, baby, listen, you don't need that, man. Get rid of him. All of these women are trying to lead other women to be single. So it's just ridiculous. But like I said, it's just an app full of bitter women, man, that just dislike men. But we're gonna have sisters who sit here and agree with this type of stuff, who agrees with what they see on the internet. It just makes it hard for everybody to really want to be a part of our sisters' lives, right? Or at least some of our sisters' lives. So do me a favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.